Yeah, I'm like, we don't want to go back and forth,
like
so we're like wanting to talk.
Anyway,
so
let's talk about One Piece.
Anyway, how about I want to say, first of all, the last 3 episodes that we watched, oh my gosh, it was like mind-blowing. And not one Patreon, I felt no one gave anything away. No one, you guys must have been laughing, like getting ready for us to just lose our minds, because we felt like we wanted to.
Well, I really appreciate you guys making such a stink about us watching those 3 together, because there would have been no way we couldn't have. So appreciate that, first of all.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all would have been compelled to watch the 3rd one regardless. Even if nobody recommended it, you guys would have been like, nah, let's just do it.
Especially Jake.
Even after,
it's such a funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Even after we finished those 3, I felt compelled to keep to watch 3 more. I really did. So
true.
Without giving anything away, it's gonna be hard to stop for the next while.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh, I want to keep going.
That's what we're hearing.
So how many episodes is the next?
Yeah, there's a lot to be excited for.
Don't answer this if you're not supposed to, if this is a spoiler, but how many episodes is the next arc? Should we even know that?
Well, we usually like to not know, so that we're always surprised on when we're ending it, but like, I don't know. But we kind of, I don't know.
No one's answering.
Yeah, I know. So maybe we should just wait and see. Yeah.
I'm actually not sure the answer to that.
Okay.
I think you should wait and see.
Okay. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Did y'all have a favorite episode out of those 3?
The last one, for sure. The last episode, 405, was probably one of the best season finales of a thing that I've seen.
Wait. All right, I had 2. I have to say I had 2 favorites. One of my favorites was when we were in the bar with Raleigh and Shaky, and they were talking, and he was giving a lot. I was very surprised at how there was a lot of conversation going on between the characters, and how good the episode and how fast the episode went by. And it wasn't about the action; it was about the backstory and their feelings, and how they got to where they were. I felt like that was a great episode.
Oh man, I feel like it's such the thing that I found the most compelling is the fact that they could have just straight up knew the history of the world and all this stuff from Rayleigh's mouth, but immediately Luffy was like, nope, I'm not trying to hear any of that. It's so great.
Yeah.
You know what's so great about that?
Robin,
go ahead, Lucia.
As well.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Lucia?
I was saying Robin shocked me as well, because if you think about it, her whole character, her whole arc is about knowing what happened in Ohara. And even her, she didn't want to know. She was like, no, I am going to find out on my own. And she has a reason for wanting to know.
Right? Yeah.
So that was really good. Again, Luffy is there for the adventure. Yeah. Robin is there for, a little bit deeper meaning.
Yeah.
And then you said what?
Also a lot of faith.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's also a lot of faith in Luffy. Like for her, she's all about essentially like a historian. She's trying to know as much information as possible. It's a lot of restraint. Goes to show a lot of restraint for a person not to go after that opportunity and just have faith in their captain that they're gonna get there regardless.
So true.
Yeah, so
that's
true.
A great point.
Yeah.
I always thought of that.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say I always thought of that a little bit as Luffy rubbing off on his crew, because if you watch up to this point a little bit, they just get a tiny bit more Luffy, a little bit more goofy, a little bit more for the adventure.
Yeah.
It's almost like Luffy. This is so much what I love about Luffy, and what I'm actually trying to learn myself is not to take things so serious. And even when he's when anything, except for the last episode though, but actually I love the fact that he's just so everything, even challenges excite him. I mean, everything is exciting to him, and that's. I think I even shared it on our Instagram stories. Is if you can think of anything and everything in life, if you can do it with excitement, then you're onto something.
That's how that's how Oda writes his character.
It is how it's like. So Oda
see the
writes
positive
to me like
and
the
like
Buddha's teachings.
definitely.
There's a lot of that in his writing, which is phenomenal to me.
I want to say hi, hey Fresh. I see Tyrone's in the house, and so is Reagan. What's up, guys? And Heather's back.
We were just talking, Reg.
Hello there. Sorry I'm late. I was catching up on your Attack on Titan reactions.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just glad you guys are here. What'd you say, Fresh?
Season 3 is good, eh?
Oh my goodness, season 3 was so good.
From start to finish, pretty much.
So good.
From start to finish,
yeah, by
incredible.
far.
It's listen. The writing is just brilliant.
Yeah, I was sold on, especially season 3 really got me. I felt more connected too by season 3.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I understand.
I agree.
You get more of the lore, and you just start to get the, like, I don't know, season 3 is all about emotion for me. It's all about just the characters. So great.
Yeah, it really was. I wanted to get back to so I didn't mean to, did you get to say your favorite episode of like those last 3 that we watched?
405 was my favorite.
The final.
Episode. Yeah, the 405 freeway in Los Angeles was my favorite.
405 freeway. Yeah, no, I
always think that when I say that.
Sabaody, yeah. I literally, we really did. We had chills and we sat kind of numb, guys, after, like, even after we stopped, we were like, what just happened? What? And obviously we know how far it goes. That's, if it wasn't for knowing how many episodes are to come, but at the same time, we just felt like we didn't see that coming, especially the way it started off with Duval and the kind of lightheartedness with Duval and and Sanji kicking him in.
Coming back.
Yeah, and all that, and Hachi coming back. It started off with that lighthearted feel of One Piece, and then it turned quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
Jason, can you imagine for the weekly watchers how it must have felt?
I can imagine. I could sit there wondering how I'd be.
And the next episode's a filler too, so that would have been extra.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The next 2 episodes are fillers. So for me, I think that there's a couple of people that said on the comments, which we didn't even get out, but they were like, yeah, I stopped watching it after this or such and such. And it's like, for me, I would be like, I can't. What the hell happens? I have to know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We did. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I had a friend who was. I introduced One Piece to them a few years back, and they started as soon as they caught up to Sabaody. So right where you guys are, they stopped. They were like, "Hey, I need a break. This is too. There was just too much going on. They had to take like a week break from watching, and then they just continued on. It was such a funny moment because they were all about like, oh, I just got to power through this show and got to get to it. But then they literally felt compelled to be like, hey, I need an emotional break right now.
Yeah, you're too invested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're like on the opposite. We're like, I need to know what's next.
Well, I don't want to rush it. I have to like slow us down because I mean, that's one thing too that we want to talk about. But Jason's like One Piece all the way, 5 days a week. That's all I want to watch. But you guys have to understand, I'm loving anime. Like I had no idea this world existed because it's so new to me, and I want to see it all.
Oh, you guys haven't even got to the really good stuff yet.
I know.
We're sold though. We were.
When
we say that One Piece is the best fiction, and we're not even kidding. I mean, because it just has all of those emotions, and just Luffy is just such an incredible example for the world. It makes me feel sorry for people that don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it makes me want them to watch it. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I've been saying the same thing y'all been saying for years. It's the best piece of fiction ever written.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is.
I watched the first of anime, and I must say, whatever we watch, normally you see the main character or the main characters always getting on top of things. Yeah. So something really bad is gonna happen, and you're there like clenching your fists, and then something happens and they get out of trouble, or someone saves them, or something happens. And in a way, it happens in One Piece as well. But you get to the point from sort of Alabasta, where you see obviously Luffy losing to Crocodile at least twice, if not 3 times, if I remember correctly. And then you start to understand, well, actually, this is not the normal show that I watch. You know, the main character can have bad moments, but when you get to this point, you are in complete shock, because I have never seen any other anime doing this. Like the main character is completely obliterated.
Yeah, to just break the main character like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Absolute
speaking
L.
of Luffy's voice
Berserk.
actress, man, impeccable. She's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you that feeling that, you know, it wants to recreate real life. Because, you know, shit happens.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. You know, nothing goes the way you want. Hardly, actually.
Right, it's true.
So-
So it's how you present yourself. It's how you
Right.
handle it. It's how you accept it or not accept it is what is the beauty of life. It's like the adventure, like you said, or like Luffy says.
Well,
And-
I was gonna say too, like a little comparison for One Piece to me is like, you know, there's certain movies that we watch. Like I'm a huge fan. I love Impossible, the movie where the family's caught in like the true story of like
the tsunami.
that washed up and
Got hit over in
I-
Indonesia.
in your heart like goes out to the family, like the mom's about to die, like you think she's gonna die, but at the end they make it. And I'm more of a fan of that, like of like, you know. And then or Interstellar, there's like there's moments like when the three brothers run up to each other and they finally reunite, like that makes I cry in that scene. Like everybody's like, you can't cry, but One Piece brings that out in me. Like that Oda writes with these emotions of like true feeling of real life, and that's what I enjoy. Like Interstellar, when he's telling his daughter, "Don't go, Murph." Like these type of things are like get my heart, and you know what I mean. And that's what Oda does in every like arc.
Well, there's no doubt that Oda takes truth in our world from every aspect and he puts it into this. So, and that I think too is what makes it so relatable and him so genius. Is he takes even like Lucia, gave us the opportunity to talk about trafficking and the human trafficking and shit like that he does. It's incredible. He's just genius. Just genius.
And
Right.
the thing is,
A minute, but I will be back.
Okay. Enjoy your meal.
Thanks.
I was-
Bye.
I was gonna say the thing is, especially with this arc, right? It was it went from, it's exactly how you said, went from super lighthearted start to such an intense like mid and end. Like it introduced a lot of aspects to the world. Like it just opened up the world in a positive and negative way, where we see these other pirates that are like us, but at the same time we're seeing Celestials. We're getting introduced to the true powers of a lot of admirals and what the military has essentially, and how it can just overwhelm a pirate crew. And so I was telling Drozeski earlier, while I was watching these like 5 episodes, or the 3 episodes with y'all, I literally, like, I've seen that scene plenty of times, but there's certain periods where like I just felt emotional and I start to tear up. I was like, this is such a compelling moment. It's so sad and so real. And you guys pointed it out in the discussion at the end. Like, it's such a real feeling. It's Oda knows how to write those emotional like moments.
Yeah,
he
it's
does.
also, you
By
know
the
what?
way,
You know what?
Okay, hold on. Kenji's saying something.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say the editor actually complained at the start of Sabaody Archipel arc, saying that it's kind of lame and boring. And then Oda decided from one week to the other, so basically from one chapter to the next, to spice it up. And then he just improvised and introduced like 9 more characters, the worst generation.
Yeah, Supernova.
So, yeah, the Supernova. So he didn't even plan this from the very beginning to have these this many characters for this arc.
Oh wow.
So some of his
Insane,
best
huh?
characters were just like because somebody said it was too dull. That's crazy.
That's what? I don't. So wait, do they change the manga so the manga's a little different in this arc than it is?
No, he wrote the manga.
No, the editor. There's a difference between an editor, right? Oda's not the
basically,
editor.
Yeah.
Oda is the mangaka,
Right.
but the editor is there to basically give him advice, to help him out.
Yeah,
or
remind
sometimes,
him of what's going on in the
yeah,
story. Because
exactly.
like he could forget sometimes. And...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he checks if that he hands them the manuscript early enough. So he always comes and says, "Oh, I need the chapter from you," blah blah blah, or tells him the reviews from children or whoever reads the magazine, right? And then says, "Yo, the people aren't reading this. You need to change something, spice it up, or I don't know."
It's like when we
So
do like
he's
YouTube
never.
video. Yeah.
Yeah, or
They're
sometimes
he's like, yeah. I was gonna say the editors they range from like helping with like panel position all the way to like continuity and being like foreshadowing things that not like Oda. I'm sure concentrates mostly on like the overarching plot line, the nuance and all these random parts that come along the way within the arc. Usually, editors have a lot of influence in that.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like your book editor.
Yeah.
But I think what mostly the editors do in this special case is that they tell Oda to hurry up. Because Oda has a million ideas he wants to do. And he said, if it was
he can get carried
possible...
away.
Yeah, exactly. So they need to calm him down and tell them, yo, not every character needs a detailed backstory, whatever. This is just a side character. Do we really need all this backstory and stuff? And he's like, trust me, this will be such a goated backstory. Let me put this in there, you know?
They're like a first and second AD to him.
I was gonna say producer, but
No,
yeah.
well, first the AD keeps the director going. They're like, come on,
Okay,
we gotta
speaking
keep
of that, you guys all have to go see Deadpool versus Wolverine. I swear it's probably the best movie of the year. Sorry, because there's so many nuances in the script.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. It was great.
Well, there's just so many nuances like in the script that talk
I was
about
a little late.
movie
I missed like the
making.
first minute.
Okay, you got. Oh, did you see it, Fresh?
Yeah, I saw it Thursday.
Okay.
Oh, you did? Did
I was
you
a
like
little
it?
late though because the line was crazy.
Oh my
I
gosh,
missed like the first minute.
the fight scenes throughout the whole movie were unbelievable. I wanted to say what's up to IC 1025 and Fold and Caffey, but Caffey jumped out. We didn't get to say hi to him. I was trying to wait till everybody's finished talking and then. But what's up, guys? Just want to say we see you.
So there was someone else I wanted to say hi to, and they
Yeah.
jumped out.
But yeah, it was really good. So, but yeah, back to what I was.
Yeah,
back to what I was going to say.
Okay.
I wanted to point out too what's absolutely I mean, there's so much mind blowing stuff with One Piece, but once you think that the Straw Hats or Luffy have come up against an enemy like Lucci, and you think, oh, Luffy's up against the strongest one he possibly could fight. This guy's 10 times stronger.
Lucci's a glorified henchman.
Right? And it's like, and you think, he's just a good. And then the next person he's fighting, you're like, oh, how's he going to beat this Admiral? You know what I mean? And it's just incredible.
He's not beating him. You see, that's the answer. He's not beating an Admiral.
Right.
At least not yet.
Not yet. That's what I mean. And then you get to see him go through these stages of learning.
But honestly, what's so cool about it is the Admiral sees that Luffy and his crew have potential. This is my thought. This is my theory because of you too.
You mean Kuma?
Kuma.
Yeah.
So he's letting him go.
That was our conclusion. But I don't want to talk about.
No, we don't have to.
Because I don't want them to feel compelled to tell us
He
anything.
says that in the thing. I'm going to let you go.
We won't.
Okay. But
he does say it.
But I mean, kudos to the voiceover actors. I found myself, as we were listening to them, you could feel their pain. Yeah. You could hear their pain. Yeah. Like, oh my God. So good.
They're incredible.
So good.
I hope they got some sort of award or something for that moment.
They deserve.
I like the Admiral's voice. He sounds so like nonchalant.
Yeah, he is.
This is just a light chore for him.
Right.
I mean that.
So stoic in that moment too.
They deserve it. I mean, they deserve an Oscar. If more, you know what I mean. If there was a chance to get them in,
there should be an anime
there should be
Oscar.
They deserved an Oscar for that performance. It was chilling. It was chilling. You get goosebumps all over your body just from their voices.
They do have anime awards, don't they?
Yeah, but it's usually for movies.
No, they have anime awards.
In Japan, they.
Oh, go ahead.
In Japan, they actually get kind of treated. That's
Ah.
really cool.
They
That
get
is cool.
treated-
They-
Yeah.
So they have awards for the anime in Japan.
Well, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
like voice actors are like big stars.
Yeah. Okay,
Pretty much.
that's what we're hearing.
So when I was younger, we didn't call it anime. We called it Japanese. What did we call it? Jap.
I always
Jap
put
app.
Jap app, and my
Yeah.
kids make fun of me for that.
Did I just age
Animation.
ourselves?
I remember those days.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, you know Tyrone.
Yeah, before it was on the internet.
Yeah.
Yep. I was watching.
It's on VHS.
Yep. I was watching Fist of the North Star and
Fist of the North Star is so good, and Oda actually pays homage to Fist of the North Star.
That was my jam. That was,
Like Ray with the green hair, homage to Zoro.
yeah, that's true. I never even thought of it like that because it's been
I
so
never saw
long.
it.
Yeah, this was back in my college days. So
So yet I had made a thing at dinner when we were eating how
Should
much I
react to
felt.
that. It's still good, I think.
Yeah.
she's Heather.
Did you guys know?
Oh, go ahead.
Did you guys know that after the end of Sabaody in the manga, Oda took a long break, and back then you didn't know, oh shit, what's going to happen in the next chapter, you know? Because back then you didn't have like 500 chapters to read,
Right.
or in your case,
Yeah, no
700
backlog.
episodes to watch, you know? And it was a break, so we kind of got really anxiety and was wondering what the hell is going to happen now, right?
Yeah.
I bet.
I think Storyteller told us like that there was a long break. Imagine waiting like after that arc.
Yeah.
I
To
think it
find out
was
what happens.
4 weeks.
Wow.
Shoot. Wow.
I mean,
Make people wait a whole month.
I
Oh,
know.
after
I
we
just,
think everyone's dead.
well, I can't imagine waiting an episode a week, like watching an episode and waiting.
Just one. I know, right?
You know, like I just can't. Nope.
Not just two, but one.
Right.
You need to suffer with us.
I know. Someday, guys, we'll be right there
Soon,
suffering.
soon.
We'll all be caught up and we'll be suffering together. We'll be right there.
Are
I
all
want
of
to
you
Remake.
caught up on the anime?
I want to.
I mean, the manga.
Oh,
I
are
am.
we in?
Pretty much, probably everybody. I mean, I would
I'm catching
imagine.
up now.
I'm all caught up.
I'm all
It's
caught
like
up.
we're at like 1121 chapters right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
Hey.
are like so inspiring. It's
What's
not
up?
even funny.
What's up, Eric? Eric Perez is in the house. Nez.
So is there any? Do you
What's
guys
up,
have
man?
any questions that some like maybe somebody that hasn't had a chance to ask, or you have a question? that
Good,
you
good. I'm
haven't
glad you
asked?
made it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, hon. Sorry. I was saying what's up
Thank you.
to Nez.
You're good at it.
I just keep trying to
I
keep
don't.
trying.
I have my glasses on, so
Oh,
I can't
right,
see
right.
who pops in and not.
We're recording this, so we'll pop it up for everybody like that didn't make it, and we'll be able to hear the discussion and watch it if they want. So.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like a lot of the chopper, when the chopper arc hit that exact weekend, our son moved out. It was a very hard moment for me, guys. Not even. It was chopper moving out.
Heather
I mean, that's what
cried.
happened.
Heather cried all week.
It was awful.
Yeah,
And it was right when Chopper moved out.
or no, and when the doctor died.
Yeah,
And she-
but it was the same weekend.
It was-
I feel
it
like
was tough.
everything that's like hitting with this is like a family something that's going on with that. It's just brilliant. There's many times where we're watching it and I feel like Oda's literally speaking right directly to me.
I'm sure everybody feels that way.
Yeah, that's what he's
People-
good
that's
at.
what it resonates
yeah,
with
for
everybody.
sure.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is a great thing.
Yeah.
You know.
So okay, yeah. So do you guys have any other like distinct questions you want to ask? And we also have Attack on Titan if someone wants to ask on that one or talk
Hold on.
about
So
it.
let me fix this.
I have a question. After what just happened, what do you think will happen now, or should maybe change? You know,
You have to
because
tell
Luffy
them.
was questioning. Luffy was questioning himself. Oh shit! How could this happen? Blah blah blah. What am I doing? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was wondering. I didn't get the answer from you guys during the reaction, which I was like, I need to hear it. So that's why I'm asking you guys. I can't say too much.
I know because you don't want to give
Well,
anything.
you guys know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I mean,
Right,
for-
Good question, dude.
to be fair, most reactors that I saw gave me that answer during their reaction, so I kind of expected, you know. And since you guys didn't react that way, I'm like, is it maybe just too logical for them, and that's why they didn't say anything?
Well, here's why I didn't.
That's why I don't even know.
I'll tell you,
You didn't
Ken.
think maybe about it.
No, I'll tell you why I didn't say anything, because I know there's like so many more episodes to go and I didn't want to overthink it. So for me, it was like, well, if I sit here and tell my brain this is what's going to happen, then, but I already know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I already know that they all survive and move on. So I just kind of shoved that back down into my head. But go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna. So
we did have theories.
Yeah, we had our theories. Like as you guys heard me saying while we were watching, I'm like, oh, this has to be what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then as for Luffy, you know, I didn't want to go too much into like what's next for Luffy to learn.
Right.
Whether it's from Rally, you know, like if it's he knows he has to level up. It's like he said, like back in those episodes when he said, for me to protect everyone, I have to level up. Like that to me was incredible. And now he's just hit a mark where he's not even close to being king. Like technically right now I would say, you know, he's not even close to, he's like, I'm going to be king of the pirates. He ate a humble sandwich. Rally's really like the king of the pirates if you were going to name someone a king of the pirates right now, you know. So I try
It's
that.
like Roger Zorro.
Yeah. Roger Zorro. Yeah.
So that's what I said.
Yeah,
That's so
did.
funny you say that, Fresh. That's what I told Heather right away. I'm like, that is Zorro. That's like someday, you know, when Luffy makes it, that's Zorro.
Well, I think what Luffy's gonna do, Jason and I were
Steven.
talking. They're all. You want to know our theory? They're all gonna appear on the 1,000 Sunny. That's where they're all gonna appear in 3 days, and that's where they're gonna be. And then Luffy's gonna say, "I have to change. In order to move on, there's something I have to do to change. I cannot go on and continue to be the Luffy I am and still be king of the pirates." Like, I don't know what it is, but he's going to have to change being goofy. He's going to have to get more serious. There's something that he's going to tell himself, I have to change.
Yeah.
Or I can't move forward.
I like that
That's a
theory.
good theory.
Yeah.
That's a good theory.
In me, the
that's
thing
good.
that I'm saying, the thing I think is once you think you know, Oda just throws this curveball in at you. And that's why.
But it's life. It's like if you're depressed or you're down or something's not working, you can't move forward until you change.
Right.
There's something you're doing that is keeping
you can't keep doing
there.
the same thing
So you
and
have
expect
to
a different
change.
result.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
I was gonna say I was gonna ask throughout this whole arc, what did you guys have any moments where you like what's the favorite moments of this arc? If it could be action, it could be just random random moments, anything of note.
I have a few. I have a few favorite moments.
I loved meeting. Who's Raleigh's wife? That moment when we met
Shaky.
her?
Shaky.
Shaq. Is it Shaky?
I loved that moment. She was such
she's cool.
a badass character. Like, she resonated with me in this arc. Like, just the way she even presented herself in that first scene. I was like, damn, this woman's a badass.
Yeah.
And it takes
I
a
can see-
woman
I
like
can
that
see-
to
I
be
can see
married
both
to
of y'all.
him.
Yeah. How she
I
didn't
can see
care.
both of y'all like looking like that and cosplaying that at any point in time.
Oh my god, we should totally do that as a couple.
Yeah, that's funny.
That would be fun.
That would be badass.
Yeah.
It'd be easy.
I just have to wear a wig.
I was gonna say.
What a,
Oh, go ahead.
what a strong presence you would give off when you both would cosplay that. Just
We-
like the
Knocking people out
characters.
with their hockey.
It would kill it with their hockey.
So we were going to try this closer to like obviously in the fall. We were going to do a couple reaction videos where we dress up as our favorite characters for you guys. Like, so we'll wear a different outfit. We were like, let's experiment with a bunch of different ones and let you guys see them first
Mr.
before.
2 cosplay, make it happen.
Yeah, we're going to try.
react
We're going to
to
just try.
That would be freaking.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's
think y'all would, like just a specialty episode or something like that would be so awesome.
Well,
We'll have to do a couple of them.
well,
during
yeah,
the
we were
month
going to
of
do a couple
October.
different outfits just to see what you guys
You
think.
guys
and
will
then,
see. Halloween's our favorite
That's
holiday.
such a good idea.
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm here for it.
We also are gonna we'll have to have our costume people help, but like we're actually going in. We're working on like a couple different films that are gonna pull us, and we were gonna try and give you guys kind of like the behind the scenes type stuff, and then like let you guys say hi to our actors, like who we hire, so you guys
If you're
can
a
see.
legend, for sure.
Yeah, so
you
if you're a
guys are
legend,
coming
we're
with
gonna
us on our
bring some of our
adventures.
actors in to say hi to you guys and like let you see like
Yeah.
the ones we hire, because we have like 7 films that are up in the air with our executive producers, but we have 3 that are about to go down.
But that doesn't mean our One Piece reactions will slow down once we start.
Yeah, so we're planning to have some fun, and we're not going anywhere. We're literally we're like in between everything we do. We may even go live on set for you guys just to have it like up on Patreon, and
you guys too you'll be able to see, because we could do what we want with them. They can see we can
do
have
what
them be
we
an
want.
Audience review of our film
exactly.
before we put it out there.
Yeah.
What a great idea!
I've had this for
you guys.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. That's a great idea.
Thank you guys. Yeah. So we're excited to bring
it's
some stuff
true.
to
You guys are truly family to us
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
I just love you.
So,
You guys
who's your favorite characters then? So far.
Favorite supernova. Dope.
Luffy,
I've only seen it for like a few minutes.
right?
I know. So
That's a good one, Luffy. I mean, how can it not be
still-
your favorite character?
Luffy, there goes.
I like
there goes.
Capone.
Yeah, it's hard not to have Luffy as your
Yeah.
favorite.
yeah, it's like Luffy right there, but then there's like
I still love.
I still love I have love for all of them though.
But if a non-hat straw crew member, I mean, I kind
Yeah,
of
what about
Vivi will
non-straw
always
hat?
be my girl crush.
Mm,
Can I say that?
Vivi is
Yeah.
a good one as well.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I like-
she's stunning. I love the way they drew her.
Her blue hair.
And her blue hair, and she's just right when she came on screen, I was like, ooh. I also love not Sindri. What's her name? I think she's
Corona.
Yeah, Perona.
Corona.
You mean
Perona's like
Lola?
top-
You mean
top 5
Lola?
females.
No, Perona.
think
Lola
she
too.
was-
They're
Yeah.
all
The
so
Ghost
good.
Girl, right?
And I like
Ghost Girl too.
Lola's
Yeah.
adorable.
I like the what I'm forgetting his name right now. Normally I'm great with the names.
Mihawk?
No, well, Mihawk is right there and one of my favorites, but he's more of this guy was more of a side character. You know, the general who had the fruit power, who actually came and helped Chopper at the end of the arc.
Dalton.
Dalton, yeah, I liked even Dalton was written well. He's
solid.
That's a great choice. That's underrated.
yeah, he's very
Yeah,
underrated.
Dalton's like the epitome of a tribal leader.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, I think Dalton's very underrated. So, yeah.
Someone said Heather can pull off Corona. Who said
Heather-
that?
Heather
Is
can-
that Reg?
I think,
Reggie.
yeah,
Reg
Reggie
said
said that.
That's my girl.
What's that?
I'm a little older than her, so I don't know if I'd be as fun, but
But you can still pull it off.
yeah. You think so?
Guys, we have, and also, I was like, we got some surprises. Like, I want to tell them so bad about, like, you know, the double we have of you, like stuff that we're going to.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's
for
some
Easter.
Yeah,
for
for Halloween. We got some cool stuff that I'm gonna
from our horror
show you.
movies. So yeah,
That I'm gonna
that'll
bring
be
on and
fun.
show you guys.
What do you think of Shanks and Whitebeard?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think Shanks is awesome.
I love.
He's super, like, to me, there's charming.
Right. There's
That's
like
the
a
word.
quiet leadership about him that's like strong. But I love Shanks because of just the way he handled Luffy as a kid. It's like it said a lot about him and his character, from the live action and in the anime. I feel like we don't get enough of Shanks.
Yeah, I agree.
I want more, so I guess that's coming or down the road.
And I'm not
To this day.
gonna lie. For a
Yeah.
minute, I was sad that Ace wasn't part of their crew and that he was not trying to help his little brother. But now
Yeah, I
that
wanted to say, I was thinking about it the other day. I think Whitebeard might be my favorite character out of the whole
Oh
thing.
wow!
I don't want to say too much. I know you haven't seen him too much, but I was thinking about it the other day. He's really good.
I agree with
That's why Ace follows him.
I mean, that's what I was literally about to say, but it speaks volumes, Tyrone, of Whitebeard because of how much Ace is his like part. He's Zoro to
Right.
Whitebeard,
Well,
right?
remember.
Isn't Ace?
No, more like Sanji. More like Sanji.
Yeah, like
Sanji?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, we're left at Blackbeard consuming
now he's in
consuming
prison.
Ace with that. You know, when he like took over all the blackness.
Yeah.
Like it was like.
But now Ace is in prison.
Right, yeah, but we, you and I, we were very unsure. We were like, "What just happened?" We're like, "Ace is gonna break out of this." The next episode is gonna be Ace.
He's on death row.
Yeah, and we are,
He's
and
on
all,
death
of,
row,
and
what
all of a
the
sudden we're like,
hell?
"Wait, what happened?" It moved on from that episode. It was kind of, but then we found out a little bit later.
Oh my god.
And then
I
the
don't
whole-
even wanna-
Yeah, the Straw Hats still don't know
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
going on with Ace.
Yeah.
And then and Lola gave him that card that burned up and showed Ace's card, and Luffy's like, if
yeah, but Luffy has faith that he's gonna be all right.
Yeah,
he's like, that's my bro.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, yeah, obviously, but how's it? It's just like, how's he gonna get out of this? You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God! And you guys know, we know now. It's so fun that. Like, we were at Target the other day. I think we even said
I was about to tell them that.
And we are also very cautious of. Usually, it's just live action stuff, and that's why One Piece even sells merch right now. It's because of the live action. But we
you mean
we
in
don't
Target?
Know any future characters at Walmart?
At Walmart, yeah. They had a lot of movie One Piece stuff.
Yeah, like randomly, if you see something.
I've been at Target recently, and like I always see like some future characters that you're gonna see.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Big amounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tina, if you see something, you should warn me and say, "Don't go there."
Well, no, that's we learned that fast back at the beginning of Attack on Titan because Heather was like, "Oh my gosh, look at and she's like, "I saw Levi."
Yeah.
Tina's favorite character, and we hadn't even been introduced to Levi, and we're like, we better stop looking.
Well, I knew because of the merch that Levi was a big character, and I didn't know.
There's a lot of anniversary stuff. I Love Lucy.
It's almost unavoidable at this point.
It is. Yeah.
You have to literally close your eyes. You have to close your eyes going into any store.
To begin with. Like, I used to go to Walmart and Target. I never saw like anime merch when I was in high school. Now it's like everywhere.
We see people walking around in One Piece merch every day when we leave the house. And we're like, where the heck are all these One Piece fans?
I know.
In our area.
Well, so let me ask you, how do you guys feel because pretty much you guys probably are OGs, and like now all of a sudden, like when it's taking the world by storm and everyone's like, and you guys are like, yeah, we've been there, done that. We already know. Like what because like I always wonder, you know how when people get attached to something?
Yeah, but it's too good not to share.
It's so good not to share. That's what I'm saying. But do you feel a little possessive though? Do you feel like?
Do you? That's a good question.
That's what I mean.
No, I think it's good that it's growing.
I'm more for like I told you so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like it will make
I told you so.
Guys, I feel like
I'm just happy.
I feel like it's going to make the world a better place. I really do. If more people were into One Piece and they felt it the way we all do, I really feel like the world would be a better place.
I feel like it's.
I couldn't agree more.
I agree.
Such a good point.
Yes, it's because you feel like you can. You know, I always tell my boys as they were growing up, and like it was just something that was taught to me at a young age. You can tell the character of a person on how they treat somebody that's not important to them, and it's like hard to figure out that saying as you're growing up, and you're like, what do you mean? And it's just like how you treat everybody. You treat everybody with respect and importance because. You know what I mean? And like you see some people and you watch them treat people because they're like, oh, I don't need anything from you, so I don't have to be nice to you, and you don't mean anything to me. And I feel like One Piece is the epitome of like that. Like you can tell someone's character if they were to not like One Piece. You're like, oh, so it doesn't. I'm saying because it doesn't resonate with you. Like, wait, why do you not like One Piece? Because you don't have empathy and a heart and love.
Some people are undaunted by the.
I know. I'm just saying that's me.
Also, the aesthetic. I find people get hung up on the aesthetic and they're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
But I feel like the aesthetic is a part of the charm. It's supposed to be like at the end of the day, there are like a lot of serious moments, but the aesthetic it catches a person off guard regardless of the situation. So it could be even a scary looking dude or a scary dude, but they look kind of goofy. Like Kuma, he doesn't look like he's done like a leg day in his life.
Frankie too. Frankie skips like leg day. Yeah. That is funny. Frankie and Kuma both look like they skip leg day. That's funny.
I mean, people always say like I don't like the way they draw the girls, like very sexualized. I'm like, they draw the men just as bad.
Yeah.
With their crazy bodies. I'm like, there's just like.
I mean, it's anime's charm. I think it's.
Mihawk.
I heard Mihawk.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I said, have you seen Shanks or Mihawk? The men are drawn just as unrealistically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. True, very true.
Well, Shanks and Mihawk are like the regular. They look regular.
I'm noticing Luffy's abs are coming in too.
No, I'm just talking about like they're like how ripped they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I just said I noticed Luffy's abs are getting a little more ripped too.
And he's going to continue, like to grow up, I would imagine. But
well, I think that the boobs are. No, sorry, I'm going to say it. The boobs are part of the charm on anime. It doesn't. I don't think it's just if you know anime, you know that's what comes with it. I don't see anything wrong with it, and I normally would.
It makes me laugh.
But you know, if you're getting
but I'm
into
older.
anime, that's what it's
If I was
about.
a young kid, I'd probably be like. Sometimes when they like when the anime characters, especially the females, turn to the side, and you're like, what the.
I kind of like it.
You
Doesn't
know?
bother me.
A lot of ass shots. A lot of.
Yes, or the butt. Yes, or the yes.
Right, women, this question's for you guys. Does it bother you the way they draw them? Just curious.
Not really. I mean,
What about the future episodes, Tina?
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tina or Reggie or.
I don't know. I mean, like I get fan service with Zoro and
Yeah.
There was some episodes where Zoro was looking jacked, and then they toned him back down.
Like, Zoro's man boobs would be bigger than some of the girls. So.
There was some moments.
All that man does is train.
Yeah,
he does. All he
lift
does
weights.
is train.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
He's like Reagan.
He's like Reagan.
I'm just messing with you,
I don't do
Reagan.
it to look good. I just.
For health.
What Marcus Collius, like, you know, and all the, like, back in the day, like, some of the stoicism things, it's funny because...
Marcus Aurelius.
I'm sorry.
I was like...
Marcus Collius owns, like, a nutrition, is a trainer guy.
Word,
No, because he's the supplement guy. But, yeah, he always says, like, you train to, you know, even though it comes with, like, the way you look aesthetically and stuff like that, but it's for your longevity of taking care of your body for your length of living. And health.
And your head sometimes.
And your head, yeah. Mental. Yeah.
Very true.
Mental and physical.
Definitely therapy.
It definitely is. So I hear you, Reagan, when you say that. So
yeah, if you're too physically tired, it's hard to like focus on the mental stuff.
Exactly. Very true. There's something else someone said.
What does that say? I just watched. Your son is Polly. Ah! I missed the comment.
I missed it. It was inner something. Hold on. I think there's a way for us to go look
back?
to just look at Tina, how do we look at what is being written off to the side? Right, it's coming up, but then it's just
the speech bubble.
Oh, I got it. Yep,
Oh, show
got
chat.
it. Show chat. There we go.
Show chat.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
there we go. Now we got the
Okay,
chat
now
here
we
on the
see
side
it.
too.
That's good. Okay.
Because
Nice.
yeah, because Heather was talking and Reggie's talking. It's flying up so fast. We were missing it.
So are you guys seeing this? So you could ask questions right here too. Oh, let me put my glasses on. Hold on.
Yeah, it might be easier so not everyone's like.
Like talking, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Do you see it? You're closer to it, so maybe you could see a question.
Yeah.
Jayden, my son, gets super embarrassed during these scenes when we. Oh,
Storyteller.
I bet, Heather. Oh my God, of course.
Heather, I'm sorry we weren't reading the comments because they were coming up so fast and we're like
We
staring
didn't
at
see
everybody,
them
so we
till
weren't
now.
really. Yeah, now we're looking at the comments.
I mean,
so.
yeah, I can imagine with you watching it with your son and like at that age too.
Just eat her cake, Adam.
Hey.
All right,
Wait, what did it
perfect
say?
timing, Adam. Let's
Wait.
see.
A lot of questions
really
and
good.
poses are.
Hey,
Okay.
what's that?
They replied it
So,
differently.
there. Look, doesn't Bon
Oh,
Clay
and,
look like
question.
Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber? LOL.
He's like Chopper. Doesn't Bon
They
Clay?
are correct though. Toei, who animates, like they do make everything like way more sexualized than like Oda actually drew it.
Oh, do they? Okay, that makes
is
sense.
Yeah.
Because
With
animation
Oda, it's actually just people animate. They really overdo it.
and
Yeah, a lot of the fan service complaints is Toei doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But they're doing it for a reason. It's like
Yeah.
it appeals to
I
people.
mean-
I mean, yeah,
You know?
it's
I mean, Oda has
Yeah.
drawn them like bigger, like some like the breasts bigger, but like the animation makes it way worse. So
I
Yeah.
pictured.
I was gonna say that has never stopped Oda. That has
Right,
never stopped
right.
Oda from drawing some questionable,
Right.
questionable
That's
moments.
true.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I can see
He did say
Jayden being
later
like
on he discovered
Chopper.
the way of drawing,
How
but
Chopper
I
gets
thought
like.
that was funny.
yeah, I actually appreciate what Reagan just said at the bottom there too, because they do get a little bit more.
You
and he
know, and
doesn't-
fan
he
service
doesn't
gets
like
out of
it.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate
But the
that.
story's
And
great
it's a
though.
lot of anime though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very Japanese thing.
Yeah. Yeah, fan service kind of standard.
Yeah, because the demographic is like horny teenagers.
Well, not well. Yeah, that and
Kenji said
Jack-
Fold has a question here, Heather.
Oh.
What was it like to learn Luffy and the others?
What was like to learn? I don't see it.
Have to click
Yeah,
on.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it. Woo. Okay. Aren't much in the face of the world. What was it like to learn Luffy and the others aren't much in the face of the world?
Aren't much in the face of the world. What does that question mean?
Meaning, I guess that means, Kenji, if I'm reading that right,
the
meaning like,
Admirals.
yeah, like they're nothing compared to like the Admiral, like they can't hold a candle to those two. Is that what you, I mean, those guys? Is that what kind of that
Like your
question?
small fry.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to learn.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
what I-
flies.
Small fry.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Like I thought when he did his third gear and beat Lucci, I'm like, oh, look at Luffy. He's ready to take on all the pirates and become king of the pirates. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know, he's not even close to being ready.
Now you understand why it has over 1,000 episodes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
He's
it's just
got-
so grand.
yeah it
A
is.
lot to
It's not
learn.
ready.
Yeah.
For girls.
It's not the
This is also
destination.
a very typical, like, shonen, like, trope, though, is, like, every arc you're gonna have someone who's strong, but, like, the next arc, like, you have to keep going in power scale.
Reggie said, who the heck is Lucy, Heather?
I know. So listen, in my defense, we used to have a cat named Lucy. Lucy was like she was actually my cat before I even met my husband, and then she
And
came
we
into
started
our
dating
life and
and
she took over your world.
Yeah.
So she was a very special
She
cat
became
for
my
us.
cat, yeah.
So if I do call Lucy by accident, that's why.
Yeah, I stole my parents' cat.
Yeah, I seen in the reaction your one cat jumped on one of the cases.
That's Harvest,
So
yeah.
guys, we live in a zoo.
We have 3 cats and 3 dogs.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and they will try and get in here, and yeah, but
They-
they're really cool though. They're
Jumping on
great.
the
They're
straw
great.
hat.
He's jumping up on the
They have to lock
behind
the
us.
door because they will like storm
Disrespect.
in.
Yeah, because they know how to reach up and open the door with their little paws and turn the handle and open doors. They go in and out of doors. It scares the crap out of people who are at our house for the first time.
Sleeping.
When all of a sudden the door just opens and no one's
Oh,
there.
get heart attacks, guys. Like, and we
You're
forget.
like jumping and hang on it.
Yeah, so they'll just reach up. They're tall enough to stand up and
Just
take their
open it.
paw because we have those doorways, that aren't the round. They're
We're
like the,
slowly changing all of our
we're
doorknobs.
changing our doorknobs because they can go in and out of every door on you. And people who are staying here, like the cats scare them. We forget to tell them, oh, by the way, our cats could just walk in on you.
Oh God.
You know, with this conversation about the adult content, I think One Piece, I kind of make an exception because the women of One Piece are so well written that, like, they're not love interests, like, just for the sake of, like, the male characters. A lot of other anime, like, the women are drawn really sexy, and, like, they're just there for, like, the male character.
Yeah, and they have like no personality. They're just
No
there.
personality,
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, I don't think I would like that. That's a great point. I don't think because we don't watch it. The only other anime we've seen are the ones that we've tried, and then Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan's, like, the same, too. Like yeah, there might be a little romance or something, but, like, it's not really... It's definitely not the main point of the...
The characters in Attack on Titan are stunning. I think.
I like,
yeah.
yeah, the
I
weather
like
thing.
Levi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Levi's cool.
Yeah.
I like, Mikasa, I think is one of my
Mikasa.
favorite characters in the
Yeah.
whole series.
Did you guys? I had to give
me
Tina
too.
props though when Levi was rocking that Hugo Boss suit in the last, like the one
You're like, I
episode.
see it now.
I do
I like
see-
that off.
Yeah, he was looking dapper.
He was. I was like, okay, I wear that. That's a great suit. Levi looks
I like
really
that
cool.
off. I love Levi, and now he's related
He's grown
to
on me.
Mikasa.
Yeah, they're
Oh my
Ackermans.
gosh.
Yeah.
So how do we know yet how far distance they're related? Like,
No,
are they-
don't ask.
What?
Wait, is that something we'll find out, guys? Like, I don't like giving stuff away. I
Well,
don't-
you can look at their ages, I guess.
Right.
To get an idea. Yeah.
But I also know too that their family has been kind of given like a special. That's why they both are so good at, Levi and her are both
Yeah.
kind of fighters and naturally
Yeah.
gifted when it comes to that. It's kind of
I
cool.
think one of my favorite things about Attack on Titan is how they are all connected. I think that is the coolest
Titans.
flipping concept. And how
Yeah.
the Titans are all like they can touch
Yeah, the
each
little
other,
monsters on there.
right? Like I made a comment and someone agreed with me too. It's like I feel that this is just me. I feel like we are all connected, and our souls are all connected in some way. So when they said that on Attack on Titan, it really hit me, because that's kind of something I'm going through right now with like my beliefs.
Yeah, that shot of the coordinates, like all the stars.
All right, like that hit home for me. I mean, that was so flippin' touching.
So good.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm not caught up with Attack on Titan, so I have to ask before I can say anything. But I think you're past that point. But remember when I said that Eren is my favorite character?
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead now. Oops.
Oh, no.
Kenj!
Nice.
Jason, why did you just say that?
I didn't say that.
Give it away, man.
Didn't he say
No,
Armin?
Erwin.
No,
Kenji, did you say Erwin or Armin?
Nice. No. I didn't want to say it myself. That's why I'm
Right,
happy that you started with saying that sentence. So now I can ask you, what do you think of Erwin?
Erwin.
I purposefully said he's my favorite character to kind of make you think, oh, maybe something great happens,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But then he dies.
That was it. That was
I don't know if
crazy.
it worked.
It
You know
did.
what's funny? I thought of you. I literally
did.
thought that when Armin died, or Erwin, I thought, I wonder if Kenji said that to throw us off. So it worked.
Oh, did you think that?
Yeah, I literally did. I almost said something. So it's funny that you even mentioned that right now, because I almost said something. So
Well, I believed you, Kenji, because when Erwin was coming, he stepped up in like the one episode where I was like, I like Erwin.
Yeah.
And then Kenji was like, yeah, he's one of my favorite characters. So I wasn't sure if you were throwing it off, but when he died,
But it was both.
it was, yeah, it
He's
was.
really my favorite character.
What an episode! Just to touch on that though, I really like I liked both, but I really like the Japanese voiceovers. I feel like they brought it a little bit
we're
more.
married to him, hun. Remember?
My whole thing was that the characters are clearly European too, so kind of like
Right.
they should be speaking English, you know? Like,
Yeah.
except Mikasa, she's like Oriental.
Yeah.
Well, they are kind of German. Most of them are German,
Yeah.
or even Turkish.
Yeah.
And
It's like, and if you don't, when you think of it that way, you're like, yeah.
I just like the Japanese language. I think it's such a beautiful language.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Who would you choose between Armin and Erwin?
Armin.
I already said that. If you watched it,
Really?
Kenji, you would have known.
It pissed me off so much. It pissed me off so much.
I like Erwin too.
Well, I think Armin because he's younger.
Erwin and Armin are probably the top two characters.
I did. I felt like Armin had more of a chance to grow with his best friends, and I felt like Erwin
they had more of a
made that
chemistry.
decision to say, I want to give my life for these youngsters to go on.
It was time for him to almost pass the
torch. Yeah.
So for me, I think they made the right decision.
But Armin to me, but about everything. And Erwin was a great leader, and I thought if Erwin stays alive, he can.
Armin was making plays too, though, like big plays. So like,
way better.
How many people have seen the new Deadpool Wolverine movie?
You totally changed the subject.
No, just because I wanted to say something. So fresh, maybe they can do like the beginning of the Wolverine with Erwin to take him down into the basement.
The beginning of the
of Deadpool.
He said he missed it. He missed the beginning.
No, but you were there when you saw the fight scene in Wolverine.
See the opening?
The opening when he was in the woods.
No, where they did the opening title scene.
I caught like half of it.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about when he was. It was such a clever. It's so well written and.
I mean, they throw shade to Disney. They throw
tongue in
shade
cheek to Fox.
Sony. They call actors out.
Blake
it's so good.
They mentioned
At
everybody.
one point, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool says, "Hey, stop talking about Blake that way." To Wolverine, it is such a good film. It is. So
He said, "I'm
funny.
going to tell. Like, don't
I'm
give
gonna tell
anything
Blake
away.
on
Don't.
you."
They're giving things away for people that may go see it."
They bring up Gossip Girl.
They're
It's
like,
just
Who else has seen it?
Oh
Anyone
my
else seen
god.
it?
Oh me.
Okay.
Robin.
Robin.
Oh, go ahead. I just blurted mine out.
Robin. So my favorite. I'll go first.
Yeah. So go ahead.
My absolute favorite subject is history. Anything and everything about history. And I think you would probably, I don't know if you would say the same about your favorite subject, but I would just, she can speak, she could read like things that people can't read. It's almost like there's this guy named Billy Carson. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him, but he's a famous, like, what would you call him? Like a
he's like a
historian,
more like a historian scientist who he like deciphered the Emerald tablets and all these other kind of famous,
have any of you heard
tablets
of him?
that are written on walls and stuff like that. But
anyway, that's how Robin reminds me of, like, just her knowledge. I just would love to pick her brain. What would you say? You said Robin.
Yeah.
Why?
Gosh, where to begin? I would like want to know about her childhood and her mom and what she went through with that first and foremost, like, because it's so incredible of where she's come from to be able to open up. And I know it's hard to get Robin to open up, so I wouldn't want to do anything superficial. I'd want to go deep because she's deep.
Well, how about how they burnt all the records in her
That's
town?
what I'm saying, and
like
that's kind of what happened to our history. That was Oda got that from our history.
Yeah, and they were burnt on purpose, I believe.
Yeah, all of the knowledge and stuff that was written so people wouldn't have it. There's just so much to it. Yeah, but I think I would ask her about her childhood, and then I'd ask her what it's like being on the Thousand Sunnies with the Straw Hats. How's it feel? Like, how does she feel? Yeah, being the oldest.
Is she older than Frankie? Anyone?
Is that? I think Kuma's a badass.
Yeah, I like Kuma. I don't know why. There's something about him I like. Now, especially, he's got a badass power too. Holy crap.
To me, when he said to Raleigh, and he leaned in, and then Raleigh was like, "Why should I trust you?" I felt like that's where the exchange of. Obviously, Kuma said something to him that he's like, "Why should I trust you? You know that you're going to do something, to benefit the Straw Hats, or them." So, but I also felt like Kuma was like has a heart that when Zoro stood up for Luffy and was like, "I'll take on Luffy's pain," like I think that also, like I think Kuma might have showed Kuma's character and his heart.
There's a backstory.
There's got to be some kind of story there with Kuma where he saw how much they love each other and how Luffy was willing to, how painful it was when all of his, I think that's just me. I'm hoping that went a long way with someone so powerful. So
almost like he felt something in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's a good question.
Kuma. Do they have copies of him only? That's a great question.
I mean,
now you got my mind wondering.
Yeah. Is it well, because you guys kind of know, and I guess
But this is now twice that Kuma has let Luffy go.
My guess
if you think about it, so he let him go once with Zoro, and now he let him go again here. So he's got. I wonder if he's like rooting for Luffy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was thinking maybe my guess would be for the government to have copies of Kuma because Kuma has done things that maybe the government they didn't agree with the way Kuma has handled situations and has let people go. So now if they have these copies of Kuma to strike fear into some of the people's heart, they have these copies where Kuma's doing the stuff that the real Kuma wouldn't do. Uh-huh. So that would be my guess. But so like maybe Kuma's getting blamed for some things that the real Kuma didn't do, but those two robot Kumas were controlled by that
Kuma
nephew of the
didn't
Admiral.
Like him. He destroyed
right,
one
that's
of
what
them,
I'm saying. So that's why maybe the government has these copies to keep the fear, to confuse everybody. Like they do the dirty work for the Kuma that Kuma won't do.
Interesting.
So that's just
who's that? Icy said, "Nah, I'm like 93% sure he killed everyone." That's awesome.
Pacifistas, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I hear. I see 1025. Glad you made it though. If you have to jump, we see you saying goodbye. You see they're saying goodbye. And welcome, Lone Courier. You made it.
So why were the robots bleeding?
No, because didn't Frankie kind of give it away and say they might be like me, like half cyborg?
Yeah, but
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Huh.
So to think about his talk with
Well, I think because the reason was that interaction between him and Raleigh is what really got us. Like that was like an interaction that felt trustworthy.
like okay, if we you guys got to remember, if we didn't even like knowing that there's 1,000-something episodes, that kind of plants a seed in our heads like, okay, they're gonna be okay, right. Or there's no way the show would end right now. So when you guys watched it, you might have watched it where it's like, we don't know how many more episodes we're gonna get or how many more seasons we're gonna get, which would make me it would make me feel like, is this the end? Is it going to be over now and this is like done? Or so I can understand. So I was more along the lines of like, Kuma has to be doing something for them that's good or helpful, because it would be over, right? You know what I mean? Like the whole thing would be done because the way he's just...
and like what Reagan just... I'm kind of reading these. We still don't know what Kuma did to the Straw Hats.
We don't. Yeah.
I mean...
Mm-hmm.
I was just...
Yeah. And Reggie said Kuma keeps his word.
I mean, I would have been too if I was there. I would have been very concerned and probably distraught for that month, not knowing, because you become attached. Like you literally, they become family, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're, you really do. They're not replaceable. Oh my God, that was incredibly touching.
When
there's I even looked at you and I said, "Did you know this was going to happen?" Where they went to each character and flash.
No, and they put that whole backstory thing in there.
That
no,
was so
how that's also yeah, and that made it feel like it was the end of something. Yeah,
it did.
Yeah. Oh my. So good. It was so good. Did you guys notice too in this last season they would smash to black, which they really didn't do in any other season, and I wonder what like the thought process, but yeah, they did, like the director. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I mean, wasn't listening. I was reading.
And then they. And then
so you guys like that?
Yeah, I'll definitely start pointing out a little bit more. Like there's some shots that are so incredible as a filmmaker. You know, like when they racked focus. Or they do the shaky. Like it's incredible. Yeah, they did the whole Brody on the beach in Jaws with Robin, and then they did it 2 more times where they racked focus and then pulled in on her. And I'm like, how hard is that to do on an anime? They have to draw 2 separate things. Yeah, to draw it and then also make it.
They don't slack. They don't slack.
It was mind blowing. And there's also some shots that they. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, well, it's incredible.
Blows my mind.
They have, and then they'll do anime where they're. Oh, did they really? That's cool. There's shots in there where they'll draw the anime will have it shot through an anamorphic lens, that is just mind-blowing. So you'll see the lens spots on the drawing that are in. I'll try and point it out next time, but it's like that's something for like your cinematographer or cameraman where you can see it. The lens flare. There's lens flares in the, but they do it so good. Like you're shooting through a real camera. It's just mind-blowing. And on anamorphic lenses.
One thing too, as we're talking about this, that I'm going to shout.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, good. That was a good one, Fresh. Like, I guess our like if you've been here for a while, our Nakama.
He hasn't been here for a minute. So
yeah, so you right. That's a great question.
Yeah.
We definitely have. Yeah. And now it's like, okay, so one of our biggest films that we're about to start working on, I can let you guys know. It's called Broken Souls. It's about a family that go through a tragedy and they lose a young child, and the father ends up kidnapping one of his kids from the mother, and then a serial killer kidnaps his son from him, and he can't turn to the authorities. And when I wrote it, it was influenced by Heavy Rain. I don't know if any of you remember the video game Heavy Rain or played the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was influenced by that. Okay, so I was heavily influenced by that, but of course it's not the same thing, but it will feel like that. And right now it's
got a bit of vanishing in it.
It's got a bit of like, yeah, it's definitely a thriller, and and I've totally implemented Oda. Like you find yourself saying like, we can push the heart and feeling for people to feel this in this scene. I want their heartstrings to be pulled and feel like they can relate to everybody, and it's stepped up the game, and Hollywood is responding to it, and so are all of our executive producers like right now we'd have to say it's like so Oda. And we also got another script of another film called Animus, and we didn't write this one, but we're producing it and making the movie, and I'm supposed to direct it. And I'm like, guys, we have to do a rewrite. And of course, when you tell writers that you have to do a rewrite, that's the last thing they want to hear. But it's like, I'm like, guys, we're not taking any of your credit away from your writing. We're going to sit down and just go over scenes, because it's like, we want that feeling. As crazy as it sounds, and it's a teen slasher movie, we're still going to do it in a way like that
makes you feel good.
That makes you feel like they didn't half-ass any scene. Like they really pushed the envelope in every scene.
Honestly, and that's what I think I've gotten from Oda. Is it doesn't matter. It can be a horror movie. It can be this. It can be that
romance
kind of movie.
Yep.
And if you pull at your heartstrings in those films, like in that moment, my favorite moments of One Piece are when it's not obviously I love the fight scenes. I love that, but it's when he really pulls your heartstring, and he does it so well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he brings you to the edge.
Yeah,
and dangles
and
you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense, because they're used to one thing that's driven in a different direction because of maybe action or what the story is, whereas One Piece is about the writing and the story of like you're learning, of what you're learning.
We started with the best.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree.
Absolutely.
So, Omi, are you a writer?
Yeah.
It's so true.
Oh wow,
fun.
that's so cool, Dylan. I'm about to get my parents to watch it. They're about to watch the live action.
I mean, I still listen. I still remember when we watched the trailer to the live action. I was like, "What the flip is this? Like, what is this? I can't even believe I don't know anything about it."
People are like, "What are you, under a rock?"
Yeah, and everyone, the comments were making fun of us, saying that we should know. And I'm like, "What? I've never even heard of One Piece. What is happening?"
Yeah. Because our boys didn't watch One Piece. Our boys were into other anime, Naruto, and
even, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. Our oldest is 20.
Yeah.
That's what
Well, listen, I'm not gonna lie. What did?
How do I bring that up? Okay, hold on, guys. We're looking at a.
What is that comment? I'm a 15-year-old who has a job emptying trash cans at a water park a few times a week, and I get paid more than animators
do in Japan. What? So
Guys, well, here's what I'll say.
Wow.
I actually, a little bit of our background is I'm going to say it. I modeled in Japan. That's how I've been to Japan. I was a model there, and I had a contract, and I stayed in Osaka, and they worked us so flippin' hard. I mean, I would be sweating by the end of the day. You go in on a contract, you make a certain amount of money, and they make you make that money, and you will work like 12, 15-hour days. And I was like, I will never go back there again and do work as long as I live. Now, do I love the country? 100%. I mean, it's incredible. And they have altars. I mean, it's just a beautiful country. But the labor laws are ridiculous. It's insane. So I believe that. That's sad.
Yeah,
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I can. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like a
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a great observation, Kenji. It's it's funny about it's the safe. I feel like too. It's the safest country I have ever been to. Like I felt the safest there, in Japan. So you're exactly right, Ken. They definitely there's something. And then somebody who's at Reggie said that's why the birth rate is so low because they're always working. Probably, and I think you have to pay. Like after you have 3 kids, you have to pay a fee to have kids. And
I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold this up and say.
You want to
so
open
guys,
it real quick?
No, because Reggie's here and Dylan's here, but we're gonna open it. We have
do
the
have to
package, so we
go.
want to show the packages
We're about
here.
half an hour over
Yeah,
the time.
our son is texting
waiting
us,
on us.
going, "Where are you guys?"
I don't want to go though.
But
we have like a couple more questions and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
And we're gonna open that.
And we'll open it for
on
Mondays.
Monday.
For Reggie and Dylan.
You think I can wait that long? Huh?
Yes, you can wait.
It's so hard.
Hold on. Well, because you can't see us, you'd have to watch this one back, Dylan, if you want, and if not, we can put it in the comments, like just the opening on Monday's reaction.
Yeah, well, that way too.
That way you can just watch it.
We'll put it on YouTube, and they'll have it like the.
And it'll be on
will see
YouTube.
that we open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. See, Dylan's showing patience.
I'm not cool.
I know you're.
Whatever.
You're not showing patience, but Dylan and Reggie are. Wait, Reggie may chime in and say no. Hold on, and then.
And when Juice popped on, congratulate him, guys. They just
had
a
a baby girl.
They
yes,
did.
and she's adorable.
They had it yesterday. They sure, and now he has to hop on a plane, or I don't know if he's coming on a plane, but he's.
So Juice was. I'll just
He's
say
on the road
for
currently.
Juice was able to be there for the baby's birth, and now. Melody, right? What's the full name? What's his daughter's name?
Oh my gosh,
It's
her
adorable
middle
name.
name
Melody.
is Melody.
And now he has to leave for work for the whole week to roof like another building. And he's like, I'm like, just make sure you get home safe and
Juice,
sound.
what's your baby's name again?
There you go.
What is it? Nia.
Yeah. Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
The service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reggie said
So
it's what Nakama have, patience. Paternity leave? Yeah, she's and I think Faye's in the hospital, right? Until he gets so she'll have
She had a C-section, so just send them some love and cuz C-sections apparently suck. They're hard on women. But
So
any more questions, you guys?
Kenji, Kenji, I hear you. I was just thanks for pointing that out, Kenji, because I actually heard the same thing. Because we have a trip with some friends of ours planned to go to Japan, and I think we were hearing some stuff like that.
I heard it's getting
now
worse.
now we're going to Shanghai. They want us to go to Shanghai with them in.
We're going in next October, not this year, but next year. We're going to go to Shanghai because we want to go to Disney.
They're Disney. He was the fire marshal for Disney. Nope, it'll be our first time. No. Yeah, so we're very excited.
And we want to wait. We were going to go to Japan, but we switched it because we don't want to go to Japan until we're done with One Piece.
Until we can go to, we want to go and be able to go to the One Piece because we heard it'll spoil things for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to wait. Okay.
So
that's going to be
Of course we have to wait.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
We can't do that. And then Kenji, you made a good point. You said a lot of women over there report saying they get creeped out by Japanese men. 100%.
Yes.
They are creepy, but they're not touchy creepy. That's what I got out of it.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean,
things are different
20 years
because
ago.
we saw something that we saw something on Americans being over there.
Oh my God, it would have been more 30 years ago.
I know it's
Holy
a long
crap.
time ago, but yeah, we heard that there were that even when somebody complained about something, that the authorities don't really acknowledge it. They're like, what are you saying? Okay, what's the big deal? All right,
well,
move
they
on.
also have, when I was there, they had random hotel. I mean, that's more common now, but they have hotels for men to go and take women for not even a day, for an hour. And I hadn't heard of that.
Reggie said, damn, Jason, you said that was a long time ago. Well, I didn't mean to make it like it was that long ago, but yeah.
It was.
And Juice isn't driving, so it was a long time ago, but yeah. But Okay. But anyway, guys, we got to go. My phone is blowing up, babe.
Okay.
All right. And our son's just sitting waiting, like,
well, thank you
answer
guys
me.
We want to do this at least twice a month.
Yeah, so we were going to try and do these chats every other week with you guys. If it, like, whatever works. So we'll just do a thing like saying, okay, next weekend we're going to get on, guys. So everybody come on in and we can have a chat.
And that way it doesn't have to be a thing. It could just be quick.
Yeah.
Because then we can have these discussions where you talk to us. Like, we love getting to know you guys.
Yeah, I like this better than watching something and being able to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
so.
me too. Okay, so now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that you've made it halfway to OP, what island would you like to live on? I'm going to say Fishman Island. I haven't even been there, but that's where I'm a water girl, and I'm excited to be with mermaids.
But we haven't been there.
I don't care. There's mermaids. That's all I care about. I hope there's mermaids anyway.
Oh. Yeah.
But I agree, but at the same time, when somebody decides they want to change, they can change that quickly. And I think that's what the lesson was. It's like, if you really want to change, that's all there is to it. You just change. And it's hard for humans to do that because of their paradigm, but it is that simple.
I look at it a little different. I look at it as, I think. Yeah, listen. I think that Hachi was with Arlong and them for the wrong reasons, 100%. And he thought he was doing something good, like being convinced that how they showed that how those
people hated him.
How they treated him and hated him. And I even made a point, like, when I first saw Hachi and he was bad, I was like, oh man, that guy, he's terrible or something. I made a comment about him. And then and they were like, I even was like, ew. And then I actually felt bad when I saw the Celestials treat him that way, the way I first saw him. And I was like, I felt awful because I felt like that when I first saw him, but like, that's not how I felt about him from his looks. And then when you see how, like, you could see that he had changed just from Cammy, and the way his relationship with Cammy was and how protective he was with Cammy made me realize his heart is in the right place. He just was following a bad leader in Arlong and trying to fit in with what that gang was going for. So I feel like he's definitely that's just what showing change.
I feel like
exactly.
But it also shows the character of the Straw Hats on how fast they forgave him. That's character development, in my opinion, on them.
And I felt like they didn't forgive him right away. Exactly. Yeah.
It's so true.
Agreed.
Very true.
Yeah.
And where he came from. Right?
Yeah.
He's going to be a huge role for this. Good call. Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what I love about Kenji, guys, is Kenji will hold you to accountable. Like Kenji's like that's where that Zoro there's that Zoro in Kenji too, where he's like, yeah, I feel like they forgave him too soon. He needs to make it up.
Kenji's like, why did you comment that?
But there was that moment in that Arlong Park arc where Hachi was helping was it Zoro? Where he was actually helping. He didn't. Yeah, it was Zoro, and he didn't know he was bad, and you could see he had a heart. Like, you were like, oh, this is a good dude. He's not a bad dude.
He showed a little charm.
It showed it. Yeah, it showed that he had good in him.
Oh. But it's changing your perspective. Right. It's a perspective.
Yep.
He's changing his perspective. It's like, you know how they say there's no right or wrong. He's just changing his perspective. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, Nez. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah. It was such a funny, great little moment. I think Usopp. It's funny that you brought that Usopp thing because we didn't get a chance to talk about Usopp, but we watched part 2 with our of Deadpool with our boys the other night, and they were putting their crew together of superheroes, and the one girl's powers were I'm lucky. She's like, I'm just lucky. And they're like, that's not a superpower. She's like, yes, it is. And she's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, that's how I feel about Usopp. I actually said that. I go, Usopp's like lucky. He falls, like he gets beat up. You think he's going to die, but he's like always lucks out.
Oh my God, what Usopp does? But guys,
yeah.
Can I just tell you my thought of Usopp? Usopp is, he puts it out there. He says it every day. He's gonna be this. He's got these many people that work over him. He's such he believes it. And I think that at the end of this whole thing, Usopp's gonna be one of the biggest characters in One Piece, if not up to
one of the biggest. He's already been
because of how much he says. What reaction? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says what he does, and he does what
he's
he
the
says.
Sniper.
Yeah. I mean,
Fresh
I'm
just
seeing
said Sniper
that.
King.
He's the Sniper King, and I mean,
That's
Usopp's.
Yeah,
my bad, Kenji.
Hey guys, it was an awesome arc discussion, and excited so much for this week. We got a package unwrapping from Reggie and Dylan. Guys, thank you so much.
I think you guys are gonna
want to tell you personal.
We'll have it out today.
Yeah, we're doing a full One Piece week coming this week.
We
So
have one Attack on Titan, but it's a One Piece week.
Yeah. And there's an Attack on Titan in there too.
Yeah,
and then the next week we're going to bring in the new anime with that. So,
but I think you guys are gonna like it.
Yeah.
So listen, So we don't want to bring in. We're never going to do more than 2 to 3 anime. We don't want it to, because we want to stay focused and be able to have these discussions with you guys too. So Spy Family will come back. I think
closer to I feel like we could in about a month or so. Like once we get in our role, because we're finishing up on season. Once we get to the end of Attack on Titan and we have that new anime, we can start bringing back in Spy. Like we can sprinkle Spy Family.
Part of the thing is we have to separate Patreon from YouTube.
Yeah, from you guys.
Keep posting on YouTube, so it's kind of tricky because you guys are our number one priority.
Yeah.
But without YouTube, we wouldn't have you. Right?
We wouldn't have got you guys, yeah. So we're like, well, and plus we want to keep that big separation from YouTube. So that's what we're doing. So one of our sons is giving us the green light of,
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we love you guys, and
you guys can stay on and
chat.
Yeah,
you guys can stay on and chat, and even though we're dipping out.
Awesome. Thanks, babe. Okay. We love you guys, and we'll see you on Monday. Okay.
See you every Monday. See you, Nick.
Have a good Saturday. Yeah. Wait, hold on. We're still there. Gotta close.
Sorry.
Hold on. How do we get out? Don't talk yet. Don't talk yet. We don't know how to get off. Hold on.
Don't give us any spoilers. Did we? I think you did.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
That was awesome.
That was so much fun, guys.
Thank you for everyone that came and joined us. And I just pulled my hearing out instead of
my
ear.
Oh, ow. Hey, so much fun with you guys. And can't wait to do it again in a couple weeks. And, hopefully maybe we'll have more chatting. But it was cool. It was so much fun to do with you guys.
Down so you don't have to see all that.
Yeah, sorry. Well, let me close this out.
But if you missed it,
oh no, hang on. Think. All right, there we go. You're good. You can still talk. You don't have to worry about that.
If you missed it, we missed you. You were missed, but it was a great time, and we hope to do it again soon.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
And we'll see you soon. We'll see you on Monday.
Mwah.
Peace. One piece.
Can we kiss?
Yes, we can kiss.
Mwah.